All I see is the main screen. It has invite others, share screen, computer audio. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not in yet, Rachel. You hear me talking? Oh, wait. No, I cannot hear you talking. Can you see me now? Yeah, but this lighting in here is not the best in the world. Maybe that's better. Probably not. I guess this is going to have to do, right? I just went off. How should I turn mine? You think I should go against the wall? Should I? Can you put it back on, Rachel? Yeah. All right. All right, wait. Oh, you have to do it yourself. All right, I'm doing it. So what do you think? Where should I turn this? The other way. What do you mean the other way? Oh, that wall. Oh, shit. All right, wait a second.
Cutting and pasting this like right into Pro.
Yeah.
How's that? Better?
Well, you have to click that because that's the, or you can right click it and see what the link is. You can just click it.
I got my picture in the background too. All right, well, I'm gonna have to move the chair now because I can't stand.
Yeah, no, couldn't I have just cut and pasted the link and then gone into Zoom?
But there's not a, it's not.
Hey, how are you?
You can try it, but
Good, Tyler.
what she did was like, for me, it just kind of opened up right away.
Kill me. So much quicker here, though, I have to say. So much quicker.
Oh, the Wi-Fi, yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry. So I can't, I mean, okay, so it's not a link is what you're saying.
Well, it is. So like, for example, for me, like I went into my Gmail because she sent it to like my Gmail, whatever. So I just clicked it and then it opened me up. So from here, I clicked here. And because I'm already on my desktop, it just opened up to this.
You see me on the screen then. Yeah. All right. You see Tyler too? He was just there. Let me check this.
My copy.
Okay, recorded. You sure? It's the second time we came on.
I mean, I don't know if you want to do an update right this moment.
What is this?
You exit.
Yeah.
Exit up there. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Morning. Hey, Diego. Hey, Tyler. How are you? Good morning.
Morning, Diego. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Anthony?
I'm doing. This is the first time I wore a jacket in 3 months.
I know. You know what? I was thinking about it.
Now, I wonder if I should, is the audio quality okay on the computer, or should we dial in? What do you think?
I hear you fine right now.
Okay.
What about myself? Because I'm using my computer audio.
I'm using the computer audio too. So you sound all right, Diego. Yeah.
All right, good. How's your week going so far?
The week so far is, well, we're back. We came back yesterday, first day.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I went in for a half day yesterday. It was the first time, so we kind of set up and everything.
Oh, you were in the building yesterday?
Yeah, we all went in and we spent half day there. So we're
You gotta
gonna
wear your mask in and, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate wearing a mask, but it is what
Really?
it is. I have allergies right now, so it's like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we're all still home.
You're still home, yeah?
Yeah, there's no rush for us right now. So.
Okay.
I just wanted to say hi since I don't have audio on my
Oh, go ahead.
computer. So I'll just be quick. Hi, guys.
Hey, Rach.
Hi, so I'm working off a computer that I don't have audio. So anything I do is going to be in the chat. But I am going to turn off your video as we're doing this scholarship. I just want to let you guys know. Don't be nervous.
Excellent.
Don't be nervous.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Put your audio on.
There we are.
I think I'm
Hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I will be right back, guys.
Unacceptable.
Let's hope the phone doesn't ring over.
Ryan, how's everything going?
Everything's going good. Not bad. We're hopefully launching our first ever virtual home run to end hunger event. Going live Monday. It was supposed to go live tomorrow, but a little lag with setting up the third-party site. So we're gonna go live Monday, but it gives us a little extra time to get everything prepared for
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Works
Excellent.
out good. How's everything with you? Good?
Yeah, things are good. Yeah, we're still home.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are going back in the office yesterday, but we don't really have to. So.
Absolutely.
everyone.
Morning.
Oh, I figured it out.
Mhm.
Hi, it's Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
There we go. Oh, you guys moderating together in the same screen. Love it.
Yes.
Brought to you live.
Is that better or no? Yeah, you're trying to make it where it doesn't fall. I'm gonna get actually a charge.
So how is everybody? Okay? Good?
Very good.
Doing well.
So
Excellent.
Adam, Greg just walked away, but can you hear me, Adam?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Mhm.
Hi, Terry.
How are you? Good?
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
So Tony Joy's gonna start, and then I'm gonna intro you two guys. And you guys, I know already that you can chat to each other in the chat box. Right? So if you want to say something personal to each other, or if somebody forgot something, just chat to each other. And you can chat to all the panelists, which is all of us that you see here right now at the same time, so nobody else will see it. And then we're going to ask all the attendees to put any of their questions in the Q&A box, which should be down right on the bottom, right, Tony Joy?
Got it.
Yeah?
Hold on 1 second.
But again, the chat box, nobody else can see, so.
Hold on.
Greg. Everybody there?
Yes, good morning, Adam. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
So good morning.
Good.
Everything.
If we are live, which I think we might be by mistake. So if we are live, can somebody give me a high five somewhere? No, you can't put anything in the bottom. We might be live.
It says it's recording, but it doesn't say it's live. Usually it would say that, but I don't know. Don't quote me.
I think we're live.
We are live. We're seeing.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. This is the first time I wore a jacket in 3 months.
I know. You look sharp. You look sharp.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good morning.
Yeah, Scott.
Morning, Scott.
We're
What's up,
live.
guys?
We love
Thanks, Scott.
you.
Diego, you're looking handsome.
You too, man.
Hair's always perfect. How did
Does
you?
look
you.
sharp. You look sharp.
It's good to see you.
I opened this up so we have chat
Hi, Katie.
ability.
Yep.
Diego, you're looking fresh.
See?
So, live, want to get started?
Scott, I'm digging
Yeah.
your
All right, why don't we start?
All right, guys, we're going to get started now.
We're ready.
Go ahead,
Well,
Ann.
good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Young Professionals Navigating New Norm and also the scholarship program, which we're very excited about. We look forward to doing this every year. We usually have a great panel of young professionals, and of course, giving out scholarships to the youth is amazing. But before we begin, I do want to recognize not only a board member, but also a sponsor of ours, which is Scott Maskin, who's the CEO of Sun Nation Solar Systems. You know, without sponsors, these programs can't be what they are. So we really appreciate Sun Nation. And with that, I'm going to let Scott make some opening comments.
Wow. Good morning, everybody. I can't see everybody on the screen, but I see a lot of people. So welcome to, I guess, what you guys refer to as the new norm. We've been back up and running now for about 2 weeks, and I have to tell you, it's anything but normal. I can't even describe the the uphill battles of getting a wheel like ours up and running. We've been, you know, we tried to keep it greased for the 10 or 11 weeks that we were shut down, but, you know, I don't think any of us really expected, at least in the construction industry, what we would be facing from a personnel standpoint, from I call it COVID-related stress disorder. You know, it's a thing. It's people are still spooked. We're very cautious about the economy moving forward. God knows what September is going to bring, but we're still cranking away. We're seeing really increased interest in solar and in what we do right now. People are absolutely adopting. You know, I am the old school guy, so this video sales thing, I've now kind of changed from a CEO to a sales manager to understand what's happening out there with the sales of my company. I sit on probably 8 to 10 virtual calls a day with my sales reps. And I got to tell you, it's enlightening. I encourage anybody to do it. It really gives you a completely different perspective of what's happening out there right now. And it's great to re-engage with your customers and your base. So I would really encourage that. That is my new norm now. You know, it all starts with marketing and sales. So if that's not strong, everything else is going to suffer, you know, in the next few months. So, but, you know, I'm happy to talk offline with anybody, and I appreciate everything that the HIA is doing. Unbelievable work, you know, faced with what the uncertainties that we've been facing for the last 3 or 4 months. So kudos to you, Terry and Anthony, and the whole HIA team. So if anything else.
No, that's good. Scott, really appreciate your support over the years. And, you know, without people like you and companies like you, we really can't be what we are. So thank you again. We appreciate everything you do.
You got it, brother.
All right. And with that said, I'm going to pass the baton to Tony Joy, who's going to run the rest of the program.
Thanks, Anthony. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Joy Candela. I am the office manager for the HIA-LI. This program is very special because we will be honoring some of our future leaders of Long Island. In addition, we have a wonderful panel of young professionals and entrepreneurs who will be providing us some insight on some kind of new norms of you know, post and during this pandemic. So again, today we'll be recognizing the recipients of our HIA-LI scholarship. But first, I wanted to just give a couple acknowledgements. First, a special thank you to the companies who did donate and those individuals who did donate to our scholarship fund. In particular, we wanted to acknowledge the companies that donated over $1,000 towards the scholarship fund this year, which is AVZ, PAFQ, which is People's Alliance Federal Credit Union, and PSEG Long Island. So again, really appreciate the support from them, again, keeping this scholarship alive and well. So next, we wanted to just give a thank you to our HYPE team, the co-chairs, as well as the advisory team for putting together today's programming as far as our panel discussion and things like that. They do a great job with keeping the young professionals very hyped and excited. So we're really looking forward to the discussion today. We'd also like to thank our scholarship selection committee. They spent a number of hours reviewing tons of applications that we received, essays that we received. So, so we just a really special thank you to Diego Biaz, Bob Desmond, Michael Voltz, and Scott Maskin for, again, helping us with, you know, as being part of the selection committee with that. So just to give you a little background, the criteria for the scholarship, the recipients must be a child of an employee who is an HIA-LI member, has a company that's a membership with us, and who is planning to attend a college or trade show, trade school on Long Island in the fall. Their applications are reviewed along with their transcripts and an essay on how will my career choice make an impact on Long Island. So without further ado, I wanted to give a acknowledgement to all of our scholarship recipients. So we are very excited to have many of them joining us virtually today, as well as some of their parents. So thank you all for being here today. I'll be reading the name of the recipients, as well as a little bit of information about where they're going to school, what they're going to be majoring in, as well as just a little snippet from their application. So without further ado, our first recipient is Hannah Clausen. Hannah will be attending Hofstra University in the fall. She was accepted into their Accelerated Physician Assistant BS-MS program. In her scholarship essay application, she wrote, "I believe that becoming a physician assistant is the perfect way to channel my passion for community service and medicine." So congratulations, Hannah, great job. Next recipient we have is Rachel Cortez. Rachel will be attending Stony Brook University with a focus in mathematics, participating in a 5-year course to earn her master's degree. In her scholarship essay application, Rachel wrote, "The most significant impacts I will make on Long Island are being a valuable contributor to society by working as an actuary, and more importantly, using all the professional and profitable skills I will be acquired in my college career to help younger people achieve their goals and overcome weaknesses." So again, congratulations also to Rachel. Our next recipient is Danielle Hipner. Danielle will be attending Malloy College, pursuing accounting and business finance. In her scholarship essay, Danielle wrote, "When I am established and successful, my ultimate goal is to offer the younger generation opportunities and continuing this process of encouraging people to stay on Long Island and to increase the economy." Awesome. Congratulations to Danielle. Our next recipient is Ava Mokeo. Ava will be attending Long Island University Post and pursuing her career as a nurse. In her application, Ava wrote, "I hope one day to be a dedicated nurse in a local Long Island hospital and be able to make a change in the world, in a place that I call home." So congratulations to Ava. And our final recipient is Nicole Rennell. Nicole will be embarking on a career path as an accountant at St. Joseph's College in the fall. Nicole wrote in her essay, "The occupation I choose can benefit people in many ways. This is my main goal in life, to help as many people as I can." So congratulations to Nicole as well. So that is, those are our recipients this year for our scholarship. So congratulations to everyone. Again, we wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors, and definitely from things I've been reading, and just wonderful, bright futures. So congratulations to everyone. So with that, I'd like to welcome and pass it over to Terry Lisi Maselli, President and CEO of the HIA-LI.
Thanks, Tony Joy. We appreciate it, and good morning to everyone. Hope you're staying safe, healthy. Congratulations to our student recipients. You are our future, and through this crisis, we're particularly looking to you as you get older to lead, and we know it won't be easy, right? You'll need your strength, your resilience, your energy to get through this, but we know that not only will we all get through it, but you will be our future leaders. So congratulations again. One of the other missions of the HIA-LI is to advocate for the Innovation Park at Hop-Hog, and I bring that up really quickly because it relates very well, I think, to the young professionals that are in the room right now, in terms of we're advocating for the sustainability of the park. So one of the things about that, we did a study 3 years ago with the Suffolk County Industrial Development Agency, and we found out that one of the urgent needs, as you can imagine, is to build more young professional apartments, build more housing for young professionals. And we know that there was a study done recently, I think it was the Rouse Foundation, that said 68% of the young professionals on Long Island right now plan within the next 5 years to leave Long Island. So there's an urgent need. One thing is apartments and many, many other things. So the study told us that the people, the business owners in the park absolutely needed new talent, absolutely needed to really look at bringing on new people. So again, we're looking at doing apartments here in the park, as well as building a workforce training center. So again, there's an urgent need to keep all of you here. You are our talent pool, not only now, for the future. And I guess it was about 7 years ago that 2 of our board members in a board meeting said to us, you know what, we need to have a much stronger force in representing young professionals. So we began back then what was called the Young Professionals Committee. It is now turned into HYPE. So I'd like to congratulate again Greg Pajak and Adam Holzer, because they have the type of energy and foresight that we really need to move this forward. So guys, I appreciate you two. And I think it's an important forum to do 2 things. Number one is to help the people that are in this group through the HIA-LI to really connect on a very different level with each other, and equally as important, to get guidance, particularly for the ones that are starting out, particularly for the ones that are starting new companies, to say, gee, what other resources do I need? So thank you again. I'm going to congratulate the students again and turn it over to Greg and Adam, who are moderating for us this morning. I'll turn it over to you guys.
I guess this is where we
Yeah.
I guess this is where we do we start? We start. Hi.
We have a comedy routine going on, so you guys go.
We'll keep our day job, but we'll try.
Good jobs, yes.
First thing I'd like to say, we have 2 screens going right now. Can everybody hear us okay?
Yep.
All right. So first thing is, thank you very much for allowing, for HIA, thank you for allowing Greg and I to be part of this with all of you. To the scholarship winners, this is, congratulations. This is, really the next stage of your life. And, it's a very, very special moment, that you're never going to forget, transitioning from high school to college and, on, the success of getting to the schools that you chose to go to and everything else. Way to go. So it's a really big deal.
Yeah, definitely difficult times. But if there's if there was ever a time to stand out and get past some of the challenges that life is going to throw you, maybe this is just a good start to that concept. So we're excited to have some really great young professionals who are a little bit a few years ahead of you guys, that have made Long Island a place that they call home, and they've had success in a very diverse. They have diverse backgrounds, and they have diverse professions. So we're excited to have them on our panel with us.
So the 4 panelists that we have today is we have Tyler Fox over from JM2 Architecture. We have I don't even want to butcher it. Kiara over from Mercy Haven.
Not bad, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it.
Pretty good. You get
Practice
closer
it
every
last
time.
We have Ryan over from Island Harvest, and we have Diego joining us from Dale Carnegie. And Greg and I literally hand-selected the 4 of you to be part of this panel because as young professionals, you've really shown us, what it looks like to really do the grind and to work hard and to follow your passion. And it's very important for the young professionals that are on this call today, the scholarship winners, to hear a little bit about your stories and not just who you are and what you do, but why you do it and where your passion really stems from. So the first panelist I'm actually going to call on is Ryan. Ryan, you have a very unique story for how you got involved in the nonprofit world. And, I've had the pleasure to hear about your drive and, where that passion comes from. So my initial question for you is, did you always know that you wanted to enter a nonprofit organization from a career path perspective?
Actually, no. When I was 21, I was graduating from Suffolk Community College with my associates in liberal arts. And originally I was going to become a cop, an NYPD cop, to follow the footsteps of my father. And at that time in my life, I just felt like that wasn't necessarily what I would love to be doing every single day of my life. So I kind of went back to school to LIU in Riverhead to become a communications major in new media. And when I was interning, I did a lot of different internships. And actually, one of the internships was a non-for-profit called UJA, United Jewish Association. And I kind of found my path from there. And thankfully, from that internship, I had a connection that worked at Island Harvest. So when I was in between jobs, an opening happened for the volunteer position. And as soon as I got that interview, I did my research behind Island Harvest. I fell in love with their mission, and I fell in love with what they were doing. That I applied for 2 different positions at Island Harvest. First, the food drive coordinator position, which I did not receive. And then I went back and found out the volunteer position was open. So I was thankfully granted that position and now moved up to development manager.
That's really great. And, also on this call today, we have Kiara that, comes from Mercy Haven, which is another nonprofit. So I'm actually going to throw the same question to you. One of the things that Greg and I both passionately enjoy about not just business but giving back to the community is we love to be difference makers. We love to help make that difference. And I think a lot of us have that in common on this call today. So Kiara, would you mind going a little bit into you becoming a difference maker in your own world and some of the ways that you've really changed the community with what you do?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just like Ryan, I really didn't plan on going into this field at all. I studied psychology in college. That's what I ended up. I had no clue what I wanted to do. It's great that I wrote down all your names, ladies, and it's great. You all seem to know what you're doing, and you're way ahead of me at that point. I really had no clue, and just liked. I went for math and ended up liking my psychology classes more. Looked for a job out of college. I got a receptionist job part-time at Mercy Haven, just doing the front desk. I figured, okay, Mercy Haven's a mental health housing organization, so it's really mental health services. So I figured, all right, psychology, mental health, it's a little, I'm on the right path. And then it turned into this, long career of in the nonprofit world. And it's amazing the stuff you can do and the impact you can make. And I know that's important for our young people today. So I definitely encourage people to give back to the community whenever you can. It's very fulfilling, and you can make a career out of it if apparently. So no, it's been great. So yeah, we help Long Island in any way that we can. We're always growing. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
And by the way, if you don't feel the amazing energy that comes off of these panelists today, then I don't know what's going on.
Then you're on a Zoom call.
Yeah, then you're on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So I'm actually one of the panelists today. It was very special to have them be a panelist, not just because of their enthusiasm to want to be involved, but from the perspective of knowing that they want to help and they genuinely look for opportunities to help. Is Diego. I've had the pleasure of knowing Diego a little less than a year. And when I met him, I immediately had that feeling that this is someone that I want to surround myself with. And, for all the young professionals on this call, all the, seasoned professionals as well, all the scholarship winners, I will say that who you surround yourself with is a big part of where you go in life. And, it's not always an easy decision to make, but when you get to surround yourself with these panelists like a Tyler Fox and a Ryan, a Diego Chiara, and you get to hear their story and really learn from them, it helps kind of pave the way to the direction you want to go. And so Diego, you're actually one of the, I think the only scholarship, the only panelist that has actually graduated in less than a year from college, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I think I'm the youngest one in the panel.
So
I graduated 2019.
Okay, wow. So would you be able to share your journey with how you got into this chair today with Dale Carnegie and with yourself following your passion and your drive for what you're doing?
Absolutely. I'll start off with saying that, that means a lot, Adam. I really appreciate the kind words. And I strive for really just reaching for all opportunities. That's basically my journey. That's what my journey's been my whole entire life. I am an immigrant, so I came here at a very young age, and we started off with nothing. So everything that I really accomplished has been through hard work. And really that has gone through college, high school, right after. I didn't feel like I was so special, but I just put in hard work, graduated from college with a 4.0 in 2019, and really got an internship with Dale Carnegie. And I always was looking for a knowledge, for continuous knowledge through a company. And I believe that's really what Dale Carnegie offers. And I was very grateful to be able to join the team after my internship. Was offered a position through the internship after, and started last year shortly after my graduation. Didn't really have a break in between, and just looked to get involved in whatever I could. And with HYPE and the HIA was like, that was my solid ground right there. I felt like, that's where I can grow as a young professional. So really just in general with Dale Carnegie, really what we strive to do is to really give back right now to our communities. And that's really always have been our mission and values. And I value that exact mission, is to, how can I give back? How can I do something to make a change, to really excel somebody's life, profession. So that's a little bit of my background there with Dale Carnegie.
Thank you. And now, for the last introduction of the panelists, and then Greg's going to take over for a minute. We have Tyler Fox. Tyler, what I find very intriguing about you is you've always kind of known the direction. You've been with JM2 for going on 9 years now.
It's been 6 years.
It's been 6 years, yeah. So my math escalation
Close.
was wrong. I was not a math major.
Don't age him. Don't age him.
Yeah, sorry, Tyler. So you've been going on, 6 years, going on 7. And, I know that you're a transplant. You're not actually from Long Island, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Adam. And you know what? I kind of wanted to start by saying that is because I'm kind of in a unique position. I did not grow up on Long Island. In fact, before I moved to Long Island, I've never even been to Long Island. So it's kind of interesting that now I kind of call this my home, and I've grown to love it. I've made so many great friends and connections here. But a little about me, I'm from Orange County, New York. So I graduated from Pine Bush High School in Orange County 2010, and I'm 28 years old. Went to Alfred State College to get my 4-year degree in architectural technology. And at that time, I actually was going to be moving to Boston. I kind of had a scholarship lined up. I had this plan in place. And then an opportunity just kind of came up, and my friend asked me, do you want to move to Long Island? I have an opportunity for you down here. And I took that chance, and I've been here since. So it's about 6 years now.
That's great. Well, so all the scholarship winners, these are your panelists today that we hope to answer any questions that you have, and dig into any concerns, questions, anything that you have that we could really add value to. I'm going to kick it off now to my partner in crime, Greg Pajak, who is, we're the co-founders of HYPE through the HIA. And Greg?
Sure. So we want to, encourage everyone just to ask questions. So this is really interactive, but we'll kind of kick it off with this question. So I know everyone's excited to binge watch the next season of Stranger Things. And I just... Yes.
Sorry.
Can't wait. It's all right. Let it just...
Very exciting.
Yes. So it's just really interesting how that show kind of has some symbolism of how life can be just full of strange things. Even, someone about to graduate, start their next phase of life in college, and all of a sudden this wicked virus comes out of nowhere and changes our lives, right? And all of a sudden it's this strange thing that everyone talks about. So to the, panelists, how do you overcome things like that in your life? What have you, maybe you could share a story with us, something that, obviously compared to COVID-19 may not seem as important or as, as impactful, but, share with us and, with scholarship winners, how you overcome challenges that life has thrown at your way.
Yeah, I could take this, guys. I think, For me, I mean, certainly before this time, a way where I really kind of was able to get through challenges was to see family. Was, you know, I'm from upstate New York, so I would take a trip, get away kind of thing. Now it's a little different, but I found that lately, kind of being quarantined, being here with myself, two things have really gotten me through this mentally, emotionally. One of those is being passionate about what I do in my work. You know, I'm fortunate to, you know, still have the opportunity to work from home and to work during this time. But, you know, to be able to just kind of invest myself into what I do, into the design of buildings or into helping others in that sense, that's really helped me through this. But a second is hobbies, and mine is music. So this was the perfect time for me to, you know, play guitar and kind of work on those skills, which has just been a way for me to get away. I mean, especially during this time, to just listen and play music has been key.
As a surprise for everyone, Tyler's about to break into a nice song for us.
Song and dance.
Ooh.
And even, I was gonna say, even for me too, I agree with you. You know, it's more so just finding the little things in life that makes you happy. Because, you know, life can always be stressful. This was definitely a stressful time for everybody in different ways. But just, you know, counting your blessings and enjoying the little things that you do have in life is, you know, it kind of is a wake up call too, to kind of put a pause and just kind of look what you have around you and be thankful for what you have, your health and friends and family and, you know, dogs if you have. I have 5, so they keep me smiling. And they help me with a lot of stress. So
That's
but
a
yeah,
lot
I
of
agree with you,
dogs.
Tyler. Yeah, it is. I need to stop going to the
I can hear them, I
doctor's
think.
place. Just
I think
keep
I hear them. Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, I can chime in, I guess. The question was what stresses you, how you're dealing with the stress of COVID, right? I answered in the chat, but just to go on that, it really, I mean, in my line of work, in the nonprofit, I'm in charge of fundraising. I had to cancel all my big events, and I was freaking out in the beginning. It was really just, okay, this is how we've always done it. This is how I fundraise. So what do I do now? And it was, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so it was I was just freaking out in the unknown and not knowing if I was doing anything right. And it's just kind of just riding the wave and knowing that things like this can happen. And the more people you talk to, nobody knows what to do. We're all figuring this out. And a lot of opportunities are coming out of it. I mean, social media gets a bad rap sometimes, but it's, you know, there's so many opportunities there, and it's become more important than ever, just like this, connecting in this way, staying connected to people. You know, so it's, there's a lot of good opportunities now that it's calmed a bit, that you see coming out of this, and that all our young people going into college will see coming out of this. I know you lost out on a lot of stuff ending high school this way, but there's a lot of cool things that are going to come out of this, you know, and you start to see that now, but in the beginning, not so much. So look at the good now that we're at a good point right now. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I think to add to it, just really to take things day by day. Stress comes from getting anxious about the future. And I think now more than ever, we need to think, what can I do to do something positive for someone or myself, something that will keep me going today. And that has really helped me out, is what can I do today that will make the day enjoyable? Because there's a lot of negative things out there and things are getting better, but there's still that uncertainty. So I think just staying connected and really taking things a step at a time is really what will help you with that stress.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah. At this point, I'm actually going to just make a suggestion. If any of the scholarship winners would like to put a question or anything in here, we would like to engage this with you. This is for you. You know, Greg and I have questions prepared, but we would obviously love if someone's on the top of your mind. I just took a minute to put myself in, you know, your shoes. So I graduated high school in 2005, and I went to Suffolk Community for my first 2 years. And that was a good transition from high school to college. But I remember it being a scary moment because a lot of the unknowns, it really comes down to, you know, you don't know what you don't know. And, you know, right now going into school, you know, there are a lot of unknowns. It's going to be different. You know, all the high school students out there, you know, from the graduation standpoint, this was completely different than what you ever could have expected. So going into college, whether you're going to Hofstra or, you know, another school, whether it's local or, you know, you're going to be dorming and staying away. I think right now for the panelists, my question would be this. You know, we talked about Tyler that moved here from, you know, Orange County. It's never been to Long Island before. Tyler, would you be able to touch on with the panelists, with the scholarship winners, what that change was like for you and how you maybe embraced it to help them maybe overcome some of the unknowns that they might have on their mind, and maybe they'll want to chat in this box so we could, you know, help answer that directly to them?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if anybody has any questions for me directly, I'd love to answer them in the chat box. But, you know, it was certainly not an easy decision. You know, imagine you spend 20 something years, or, you know, I went to school relatively close to home as well. So, you know, 20 years with my family at home in a place where I was very comfortable, and being at a kind of point in my life where I'm looking at an occupation, looking at where I want to take my career. And there's nothing easy about that decision. Certainly someplace you've really never been or never experienced before either. But I think it's important also just kind of think about the opportunity, one, and how certain risks would really help you grow. And I knew that where I was occupation-wise wasn't really going to work for me or fit well for me. So, you know, it's one of those conversations. I know obviously we have some parents here. Parents, you know, are never really happy to hear that, you know, someone is moving away. Even 3 hours or 4 hours, which I am, still a very long time or very far drive. But, you know, it's a risk sometimes you have to take. And I think seeing where I am now certainly was a great decision because of the opportunity that's here and where I've found myself today. You know, I wouldn't want it any other way, really.
Great. And I want to say thank you very much to Hannah, one of our scholarship winners that just posted a question in the box. I think this one's actually a great one for Ryan to take over. Ryan, Hannah would like to know, what was your biggest challenge transitioning from college to your career? You know, you gave a couple of steps along the way to get to where you are now, but would you mind getting a little bit more granular from the day you graduated to, all right, and what I know about you, Ryan, is you're a hustler, you're a go-getter, you want to make it happen, you're motivated, and I'm sure all these scholarship winners have very similar, you know, drives that you have, and that's why they've won the scholarship award. So would you mind taking that question on, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, congratulations to all the scholarship honorees today. That I just want to say for myself, I always wanted to help people. I loved customer service, and I just loved dealing with people. And at the time, at my last semester in LIU, they told me, you know, why don't you try sales? You know, that's a good position to start off with. So I did an internship with the sales promotion items company, and I was there for about 8-9 months, and I just realized it wasn't my passion. It wasn't something I loved doing, because I say now with what I'm doing, if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life, and that's genuinely how I feel. And that was probably the hardest thing, was just to find my place in a career path that I genuinely loved. And sometimes, and it, you know, of course, out of college, we think right away we need to have it all figured out and, you know where we're going in life and, you know, all these things. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. But I've been blessed in the sense of, you know, trying so many different things and different career paths where I finally found my niche. And I absolutely love working in the nonprofit industry. But again, that's my biggest advice to all of the, you know, if you think what you want to do right now, it may change, but that's okay if it's going to change, because you have your whole lives ahead of you. And you just need to find your passion and your calling, and it will come to you with trying and getting yourself out there. And what Tyler was saying too, you never grow being comfortable. So putting yourselves in different and uncomfortable situations is where I saw myself grow the most rapidly. And I think that's why I am able to be on this panel today, and also have the experiences that I have now.
Thank you very much, Ryan. You know, one of the things that I found, you know, like I'm personally, I'm 33 years old. You know, I graduated college, you know, my master's in 2012, so I've been out of school now for 8 years. And, you know, I have not necessarily the term jumped around, but I have tried different things to find what makes me happy and where that passion is. And, you know, Ryan, I believe you're 24 years old?
I am 27, unfortunately. It's going
Nice.
quick.
So, Ryan, you made it very clear just now the way you're talking, saying that, you found kind of like your home. You found, you don't feel like you're working. You love the people you work with and, how you're giving back. So my question I would say to Diego is a little different because Diego, you made it very clear, you were an immigrant family, growing up, coming here. You worked really hard through school. You graduated with a 4.0 and you had an internship at Dale Carnegie. And then, when you finished the internship, you were offered a position there, which doesn't always happen. So obviously that speaks to your character and Dale Carnegie wanting to keep you on in that perspective. So my question to you, Diego, is, you didn't really have necessarily a transitioning period between college to, because you were in that internship. Do you feel like you missed out on opportunities of trying new things, or do you feel that this fit at Dale Carnegie, really gave you that opportunity for you to just continue growing from the internship, past college through the internship now to where you are?
Great question. And to answer that, I think Dale Carnegie has offered me a lot of opportunities and a lot of new, just in general, things that I've been learning. And for me, the thing that I really love the most that keeps me on my toes in my position and just in general being a part of the company is that I'm continuously feeling uncomfortable. To kind of add to it, I think everybody here in the panel has at some point felt uncomfortable, because I always say that to feel comfortable, you have to be uncomfortable beforehand. And even when you do feel comfortable, you want to feel uncomfortable again. So you just have continuous growth. And I think through the 1 year that I've been with the company, I've just been growing and been right now offered new opportunities to continue my standstill with the company. And right now I'm doing some new types of trainings to be part of some online courses that we're doing. So just continuously, I've been doing new things and I've been kept on my toes. And to answer the question of students that are going to be going to college and may have a similar experience, they get an internship and they are offered a position, is to be sure that you are going into a company that will offer you that growth, will offer you those new opportunities, and will always be thinking about giving you something new and fresh to go off of, because we're all young professionals. We're always hungry. We're looking for new things to do. So I think that's very important, and that's a great question.
I think there's an even better answer. Quick rapid fire. What's the one activity you miss the most from summertime that you can't do right now?
Mine's seeing people, barbecues, just kind of being together. Before this, we were all together so much. So that's definitely, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Kiera, favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, mint chocolate chip, easy.
Nice.
That was an easy one.
I like that.
That's a great one. I love it. Greg, you can take the next one away, please.
So the next question really comes about, the next transition after college, right, is obviously employment. And have you guys found challenges finding a job on Long Island, given its demographics and population?
We're gonna spin the wheel. Click, 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 click.
I'll take it.
Perfect.
For me, I do say that it is very competitive. It is nerve-wracking to get out there. One of my weakest points I can definitely say, which I've grown and gotten better with, was interviewing processes. But the more interviews you go on, the more comfortable you feel talking about yourself and just about your skill set and your passion. So I definitely say just get out there and go on to as many interviews as you would like. Indeed was my best friend when I was looking for jobs, and just making sure you're building your resume and getting experiences, even if they're internships, because experiences are invaluable. And that's what I think a lot of potential people that will be hiring you will be looking for, is your experiences that you have taken on and all the different things that you're doing.
I have to. Can I chime in on what Ryan's saying? Because it's so important. And I have friends that are like, they sit and they wait for that, like, dream job. They wait for someone, their dream job to answer and go on an interview. Go on every interview. Go
Yes.
on.
Mhm.
It's hard to say because I just answered. Sorry, I've been reading. That's why I'm not answering so quick. I'm reading the little chats. But I answered Hannah, and it's like I was so, my biggest challenge was like being too timid about things. And you realize when you're older, it doesn't matter. You're not going to see these people. They don't care. You know, if you say something weird or you ask, you get embarrassed. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And go on all the interviews you can. And if you land a job that doesn't seem right, but you need a job right now, take it. You can quit. You can not. I mean, is this terrible? I don't know. But it's like,
No, it's not.
but do you know what I
again-
mean? I think people get too caught in like, I have
Yeah.
to like this job, and I have to, if I accept it, I have to stay, and this is what it is now. It's not. Every path is different, and you don't have to have that perfect job right away. You
Mhm.
go on all those interviews, make mistakes, figure stuff out, and just don't be afraid of it. So.
And Kiara,
It's
one
good-
thing
it's
too,
good
to go
advice.
off what you're saying, I agree. And also too, you can learn something from anybody and any job. So it's
Yes,
still,
you never know what you're going to
Exactly.
learn or who you're going to meet from
and you could still take that
anything
with you
you do.
to the next job.
Right, exactly.
So one of the things, one of my favorite terms is unconventional opportunity. And unconventional opportunity to me means, you know, the stars align, right time, right place. You know, you might not know what it looks like, but you see it and you feel that. And, you know, I think there's been a lot of unconventional opportunity for all of you. You know, Tyler, you know, I'm very proud of you, Tyler. I've known you for a couple of years now, and I've seen you grow with your firm. You know, I know the leadership at the top, and that is a piece of advice that I will definitely share is, you know, working with good leaders that can really help escalate you and, you know, or elevate you, lift you is very important. So, you know, Tyler, you know, I know James, you know, Manicone, you know, the owner and founder of, you know, your company, and, you know, it seems like he really gives you the tools as a young professional to really thrive. That would be a great word to use here, thrive. Would you be able to talk a little bit about that? Because I know that one of the questions that Ann posted was, you know, when you get out of college, you know, was it a challenge finding a job? One of the things that I'll say to the scholarship winners is not to just, you know, not to just settle. You know, even if you take that job like Kiara said, just to make some money and to get experience, you know, don't become complacent there, because, you know, that's not your, you know, it doesn't mean that you have to, that's the one thing that you have to be doing. So Tyler, being at the same company for going on 7 years now and having that leadership to be where you are, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, right off the bat, I mean, your quote unquote boss, you know, really, they've become my mentors. They're my leaders, and they've really helped me grow to where I am. And you know what, moving down to Long Island, they've become a second family to me. And that's just the honest truth, because, you know, they've just taught me so much. And in my career, I owe so much to them where I am now. But, you know, where I am, it was, you know, like I had said, I had other plans, and then I had moved down here. But what really stuck out to me at the company and about, you know, my leaders and my mentors was that opportunity to do so many different things. And I think that's so key and I think a lot of you are going into professions where every day is going to be a little different. And I think that's what really was, you know, made my decision a lot easier. And architecture and design is a combination of so many different things, and you use so many different kind of pieces of your brain every day. So that's what really stood out to me in my decision. But yeah, no, the leadership in the company is key. And sometimes you see that right away. You get that feeling. You're like, yeah, you know what? This isn't for me, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And then just to go back to what I think Ryan was saying, the last question is that experience is key. And in some professions, experience is necessary. And for me, during college, I used my summers to gain that experience, whether it was a related field to architecture, maybe construction, or actually being in an architectural firm, kind of, you know, let me understand what it was all about. So that certainly helped my decision as well.
Great answer. Here's a concept that you know, I've gotten attached to over the years that I really enjoy, which is the philosophy that since we're asking questions about getting into the workforce and what the next transition looks like. And the philosophy is, you know, the whole world's a theater and every business is a stage, right? And I think a key takeaway is, you know, the concept, if you're, you know, anybody that's been in theater or, you know, is a artist, which is, you know, the show must go on, right? So it's amazing sometimes how your best, you know, the mistakes you make in life are the best teachers for you. So share a quick 30-second story to kind of age myself. So I graduated when Y2K was an issue. And those of you that don't know what that was, we were fearing that the world was going to fall apart because 2000, the clocks wouldn't be able to turn. And I remember going on an interview where I had to basically take a test that, you know, that was recorded, and, you know, you have to put, headphones on, and, you know, it's being recorded. I'm taking the test, and in the middle of the test, I see this little, you know, this little piece of paper. Inside of it, they were what I thought were mints. So I opened up the plastic and I put the mints in my mouth, not realizing those were not mints. They were actually earbuds. And I remember just, you know, smiling at the camera and, you know, going through that mistake, just saying, hey, these are delicious, you know. And I walked out of that interview basically saying, I'm never going to get this job. And I remember them reaching out to me and saying, we loved how you handled this embarrassing moment caught on camera that you were taking this test, and that you kind of smiled at the camera. You know, if you can get through that in front of, you know, a live audience, what else can you possibly do? So if you want the job, you know, you can start on Monday. And I was just shocked that I took probably almost embarrassing moments. I was going to end up on YouTube, and it turned into something that's positive. So the question for the panelists is, what's the best mistake you've made that's taught you the most?
And before we do that, I just have to comment, Greg's 30 seconds is like a minute and a half.
I tried.
But you did good. I saw it. It was good, though. It was good.
Chris Adams timing him.
So it's our bromance together.
Yeah, so what's your best mistake?
I have to think on that one. Someone else.
Yeah,
go.
that's, I mean, what I can go off of is, oh, go ahead, Diego.
I'll go first. I was not the best high school student, I'll be honest. I slacked off, and that's why I made the comment earlier where I said, you know, I feel like, you know, I'm the middle child out of my brothers, and I felt like the black sheep. You know, everybody, I have a brother that has a doctorate's degree. My brother is in computer science. He knew what he wanted to do since he was like a kid. And I just felt like, you know, getting out, graduating from high school, I didn't feel like I had much going for myself. And I almost had a realization that, you know, even though I've made some mistakes with my education through high school, I could still turn it back. You know, this is where it really matters now. I'm going into college, and I have to put my best foot forward for myself, and really to prove to my family and everybody that I'm worth it. And, you know, I think that was the best mistake I've ever done, because I don't think I would have had so much energy to keep going, to just put my best foot forward, even till now, if it weren't for those small mistakes that I've had through high school.
Thank you for sharing.
Tyler, you were going to share something?
Yeah.
Don't say high school was your best mistake.
Yeah, my biggest mistake. No. So when I was in high school, now I guess you could say this was a mistake, but it led me to the kind of career path I'm on. I wanted to be a math teacher. So all of my whole schedule, almost every year, was focused on math class. You know, I was taking Calc 2 in 11th grade. So then I wanted to take all these engineering courses kind of to supplement the math major. And I accidentally enrolled in an architecture course. And this is that's the God honest truth. I was put in this class, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I doing here? This is not what I want.
That registering process is tricky.
Yeah, oh my guidance counselor. And
watch the abbreviations.
She was just kind of like, stay in it. You know, there's some math in there. You'll enjoy it. And I'm like, get me out of this place. I'm sitting at a drafting table. But you know what? I loved it. I fell in love with it. And not only that, my teacher graduated from Alfred State College, and he was one of my biggest mentors kind of through my whole life. And that kind of set me on the path that I'm on now.
Great story.
Well, just so everyone knows, we're
Even
gonna,
if you made that up, that was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, totally made up. Totally made up.
we're only going to take another 4 to 5 minutes on this, and then we're going to pass over back to Tony Joy. A question that I have for you guys is, you know, we have these students right now that just graduated high school. Their world's been turned upside down, haven't been able to see their friends, haven't been able to graduate the way they always envisioned it. You know, they're going to school. There's still a lot of unknowns of that. What would you, as a young professional, if you were giving yourself advice, you know, for Ryan, it was 9 years ago. For Tyler, it was 10 years ago. For Kiara, it was only 1 year ago. I got you.
Yeah, right.
Diego, it was a year ago. What would you guys give yourself advice going back in time? You graduated high school, you're entering college. What would you tell to the graduate you from high school transitioning to college?
I'll go. Not to be, I know we've said it a million times, not to be afraid of making mistakes. I was too, and knowing, and I said this before too, that it's not a linear path, that the path looks different for everybody. My parents have, you know, and your parents also, I know there's a lot of parents on here. You kind of look at what they do. I thought mine worked 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I'm like, that's what work is. You go to work 9 to 5, you know, 40-hour week. It's different for everybody. So not being afraid to make mistakes. I think Tyler had mentioned, and I really like that point too, finding someone, finding a mentor, really setting goals, no matter how small. I would tell myself that more when I was younger, because, you know, X amount of years later, we won't say how many, it was, you know, you always have to have goals. I always thought, I'm just gonna, things will work out, and they do, but, you know, have a little bit of little goals for yourself. Sorry about my cat.
What's the cat?
This is Molly. She joins me on almost every Zoom meeting.
Spell with an I-E or a Y?
A Y.
All right, that's good.
All right. But yeah, just not to be scared. That's all.
Ryan.
Yeah, what I would say is get involved in everything that you love to do, and, you know, get involved in those clubs. Just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. You know, this is the best time of your lives. You guys are going to college. You know, you guys got great scholarships, and, you know, you guys are going to succeed in anything that you guys decide to do. So just get involved, make friends, you know, learn from other people, because you can always take away something from somebody. So definitely just put yourself out there and try new things.
Diego.
I think right now, you know, to get a message across, to be positive, is just to not be so hard on yourselves, to just kind of take the challenge, take it day by day, and to really just surround yourself with similar-minded people that you would connect with, and just to make friends, get yourself out there. You know, right now seems a little dark and it seems dim, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So I see a beautiful, bright future for everyone that got a scholarship today.
Thank you. And we're going to end it with Mr. Tyler Fox, and then we're going to just do a quick closing remark from Greg and hand it over to Tony Joy.
So, you know what, I hate, you know, little cliche statements, but I would say don't sweat the small stuff. And I think that's absolutely true. I graduated an A student, like I'm sure most of you are, and going to college, I was kind of that, you know, had to get an A, had to study every night kind of thing, which looking back, you kind of miss out on a lot of different opportunities. And I think I'll mirror what Ryan said about getting involved. I think it's, you know, it kind of broadens your whole set of skill sets and experience when you get involved. You know, music courses, I was involved with the college band, whether if you have a club, I was the president of the architecture club. So yeah, exactly. College has so many different organizations and clubs, and yeah, certainly get involved.
Thank you. So we just really wanted to thank everyone, especially the panelists, for your time, for the HIA, for their continued voice for Long Island business. But we also wanted to take a few minutes and thank a group of individuals that, you know, hopefully some of them are still on this call. So one of my favorites, you know, quotes that I hear as a parent myself, is, you know, having children is like getting a tattoo on your face. It's permanent, and you better be ready. And the reason I say that is we want to really take some time and thank all the parents that have sacrificed long hours working and helping their kids get to this point. So thank you for your support. It's not easy being a parent on Long Island. And we just wanted to, you know, take this time to thank you for, you know, for educating the next future leaders of Long Island. And with that, we just wanted to also make sure that everyone of this, you know, realizes that the panelists are available, you know, for questions in the future. If you want to, you know, send them an email, you can send that over to the HIA or send it over to us. You know, even if it's 6 months from now, that maybe, you know, somebody walks into the wrong class and all of a sudden they want to speak to Tyler about that experience again, whatever it is, you know, we're here. We're all, you know, here together trying to make Long Island a more vibrant place. And we're going to be, you know, continuing to support you guys as you evolve to the next stage of your life.
And thank you again to the HIA for putting this together. You guys did a phenomenal job with orchestrating it. You know, I know it's not easy. Tony Joy and, you know, Rachel, Connor, and Terry, and Anthony. I know it's not easy what you guys do. So thank you very much for giving us, even though it's different, we're doing the same thing just differently. So thank you for doing this.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you again to Greg and Adam and all the panelists this morning. I think there was a lot of really great commonalities between what the panelists were saying as far as you know, professional development and learning opportunities, obstacles, setting goals, some really great just kind of words of wisdom, if you will. So again, really appreciate everybody sharing that with everybody here this morning. So just wanted to close on and just share a couple of upcoming programs that we are having, some of our virtual events. Tomorrow we will be hosting critical updates to help business through the coronavirus, and that's featuring Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone. So there are only a couple spots left. It is complimentary, but please make sure that you go to our events calendar to register for that. Really excited. We have our virtual HIA-LI Stronger Than Ever run, walk, jog, move on a treadmill, however you want to be active, fit. Anything that kind of, you know, gets you excited. So we so encourage you guys to get out there, get moving. I know we have all of our staff is getting eager and excited for it. So definitely make sure that you check our social media. We'll be posting some pictures of us getting ready and excited for it. And that's coming up on Thursday, June 25th to Tuesday, June 30th. So you'll have that type of time, like that window of time to be able to participate. So for more information, you can definitely reach out to myself, Rachel Maskin, and again, check out our Facebook or anything like that. We'll have information. On July 13th, we have a CEO forum featuring Paul Pachter, who is the CEO from Long Island Cares. A really great opportunity to kind of get in the head of a CEO, especially during this pandemic, really understanding the leadership insights and things that they're doing and how he's, you know, operating through all of this. So, you know, please join us for that if you can. And then we also have on July 22nd, we have how tourism and travel will change in the new norm. So if you are looking to travel in the near future and want to kind of understand what that's going to look like for you, for your company, for anything like that, please, I encourage you to join us for that program as well. Again, you can check out our event calendar or reach out to any of the HIA-LI members. We be happy to register you or get you kind of more information about any of those programs. So I think with that, again, just want to congratulate all of the HIA-LI scholarship recipients. Thank you again to our wonderful moderator, our panelists today, and just everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and we look forward to seeing you virtually soon. So have a great day, everyone.
Congrats, everybody.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats. Have fun. Have a great summer.
Yes, enjoy it.
Oh, the good old days.